Hey everybody, I hope y'all had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Anyhow, I have to say I have definitely been enjoying the songs that people have been posting. Y'all are some very talented ladies. And the memories that people have been talking about their childhood, that's really cool. Anyhow, it was a really good Christmas for us. And today, something really awesome happened for me. First, I want to kind of just tell you about a little discussion we've had going on in our house. It is my personal belief that there are people who are settlers in life, as far as they're very happy with the place that they're at, and that's fine. And there's also people that have more of the pioneer spirit. Well, I think some of that is in your DNA. I know that for me, with my family's history that I've done, every time a new census was taken, every time they could be found somewhere else, new lands opened up, there they were. So they were either running from the law, or they just had this desire to push forward and make their way in life and conquer something. Anyhow, I find that on both sides of my family. Now, there's other people, and I'll use my husband's family for an example, who, for generations after generation, you can find them in the same location. Easy to track down in general. They made a few major changes here and there, but otherwise, pretty much they just, they stayed. They were happy with the place that they were at in life. Didn't want to rock the boat, whatever, but they stayed. I personally have always thought that you have to try to strive to be something more in life. And I don't think anything I've ever been through has illustrated it so dramatically as going through this weight loss journey. Today, I conquered something else that I haven't done in a very long time. And I'm still kind of in a shock about the whole thing. And probably y'all are going to laugh, because it's not going to sound like a big deal to most of y'all. The other day, I was getting something off of a shelf, trying to anyway, it was too tall. And I jumped, jumped up to see if I could reach it. And I didn't. And it didn't hit me until after I had done it that I jumped. Like, both feet simultaneously left the floor. And I landed, and I didn't break my neck. I haven't jumped in over 13 years. Almost 13 years at least. I haven't jumped. I had an accident when Garrett was a baby, where I fell down some stairs holding him, and when I fell, I flipped around backwards so that I could protect him as much as possible. And it caused an injury with my ankle that stripped all the cartilage off of it and broke the bones in the leg. And I have a limited range of motion, and I have no cartilage there. And at the time when I had it done, the orthopedist told me, you'll never run, you'll never do a lot of things again, because, it's just not going to be good for you. You're not going to be able to do it. You just can't. And unless you're, about to be hit by a bus, just don't even, it's not going to happen. Be careful, people, what you say to someone. Be careful what you say to your children, because those ideas get in their head, and then that's it. And they're not even going to try to be more than that. They're not even going to try for more, necessarily. Well, compounding the fact that my weight was so much, I just, it wasn't something I would think of doing. I was always afraid to hurt myself or whatever. But the other day, I just did it. Well, today, I wanted to go walking. I've eaten a little too much over the last, few days with Christmas and all the cooking we did. Hold on. So I got thinking this morning after a while, I'm like, I could go to the gym. But on Saturday they close early at Curves. So I called over there, and they were going to be closing in like a half hour, and I was still in my jammies. So I decided, you know what, I'll just go walking. But I wanted to try something out, so I didn't want to just walk in my neighborhood. So we have a walking park here. It's got a lot of things in it, but it's got a nice paved, walking track and everything. And so I decided I was going to go there. Well, I asked the kids. Nobody wanted to go with me, except my husband. So he goes with me, but we both have our headsets on, so we're not really walking together. We're just walking there together. And then after a little while, I'm ahead of him because he's wearing some prosthetic shoes right now, some air casts or whatever right now, for some injuries that he's got. And so I figured, I would get ahead of him some, but it's not a big deal. And then just something came over me. It's like, okay, I'm going to do it. So for the first time in probably over 13 years, I jogged. I mean, and at first it hurt. I mean, I was unsure of how to do it, how to remember how to do it. But like the jiggling, the amount of jiggle on impact of hitting the ground actually kind of hurt, like in my thighs and stuff, in my fat area. It was really weird. But I did it a little bit. I said, okay, I'll jog from here to that bench. And I did. And I got my heart rate up, and I was huffing a little bit, and it wasn't that bad. So I walked, then I slowed down and walked again. And I'm at a fast-paced walk anyway. And so then a little while later, I said, okay, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to go from here to the next bench. And I did. It wasn't quite as bad as the first time. So I kept on, and I thought, okay, the last quarter mile here, I'm going to jog the whole I'm going to try to jog the whole quarter mile. I can do this. And I did. And so probably all in all, I probably jogged a total of like a half a mile, maybe a half a mile. But I was able to jog an entire quarter mile. That freaked me out, people. That was just literally amazing to me. I was so stoked. But I was standing there in the kitchen a little while ago thinking about it, just thinking about it. I mean, I'm proud of myself. And I feel so blessed of what my body is doing for me, considering how much abuse it's taken. And I got to thinking about a quarter of a mile. What's a quarter of a mile? And I realized it was one lap around my high school track, because 4 laps was a mile. And I thought, back in high school, I couldn't have jogged a quarter. I couldn't jog a quarter of a mile. I couldn't jog a whole lap around that thing. Even in elementary school, they would try to get us to run, and I could probably do half of a lap. But then I was just, I could run faster in sprints than I could now. But I couldn't have done an entire thing consecutively. And I wasn't fast. I mean, I see people who can run, and I'm not a runner. But I was jogging. We take for granted the little things that we haven't been able to do. We just chalk them up. We put them in a box somewhere. We just chalk it up to can't do. Just can't do that. Just don't do that. Whatever. We don't really think about it. And then when some strange feeling comes over us and we decide to try it and we do it, it's an amazing accomplishment. And I told my husband, I said, the reason we have to do things like this, the reason we have to jog when we haven't done it in 13 years, when we're finally capable, the reason we have to set these little goals and achieve them is because there are no more lands to discover. If you want adventure, you have to climb a mountain that no one lives on, that, you have to sail the open seas. You have to jump. You have to jog. You have to do something that is new, uncharted territory for you. But always keep your eye on the prize and always have a goal in mind. Always be looking beyond for the next thing that you can accomplish. Because as we do it, as we're able to reach these goals and to achieve these things, there's a sense of confidence that wells up within us makes us know we can do anything. It's ours. It's our accomplishment. No one can take it away. And it's amazing. I just wanted to share that with y'all. That was just awesome. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Bye.